Hi, my name is Michael Sandar, and this is my volunteering placement video for International Service Learning 396 at CEA Barcelona for the spring semester. For me, this past semester has been a monumental semester in terms of personal growth and learning about myself. Prior to my departure for Barcelona, I considered myself a pretty international person, but I was still nervous about the prospect of living independently in a foreign country for almost half a year. To add to that sense of anxiety, I knew I'd have to perform well academically, and I didn't know what classes would be like here. And international service learning was unlike any other course I've ever taken or even seen offered. I received my volunteering placement and learned I was going to be volunteering at the Minguell Middle and High School. It encompassed kids ages 12 through roughly 17, 18 years old. I was assigned there on Wednesdays each week from 8:30 to 10:30. Every Wednesday I'd wake up around 7 to 7:30 and leave my apartment roughly 30 to 45 minutes prior to when I was supposed to be there at 8:30 when school started. To get to school, I'd take the L2 from Sagrada Familia to Artigue Sant Anja in Badalona. Once I was off the metro, it was about a 10-minute walk to the school in the La Salute neighborhood of Badalona. There were 4 teachers with whom I worked with: Rosa, Laia, Belen, and Teresa. Each session of volunteering, I would rotate for 30 minutes between their classes and see different students in each class. My job at Minguell was to teach the students English and assist the teachers with class instruction. I would also prepare various activities and PowerPoint presentations for the students to teach them English and about American culture. During my time, I worked with students from the 1st to 4th ESO, which is what we refer to as grades, and also the Bachillerato, which is an optional extra 2 years of high school, which is typically for the best students. Because the kids differed in age, I did different activities with each ESO. I didn't want to have 17-year-olds looking at the same PowerPoints that 13 and 14-year-olds were looking at and learning English from. For instance, with the younger kids, or the first ESO, we spoke about the cuisine in the United States, and the students prepared their own menu with American food. We also did activities where the students were forced to participate, like speaking out loud or role-playing, for instance, like a waiter and a customer who orders. I found this to be the most effective with the younger kids because it really got them into it and got them excited. I enjoyed working with the older students much more though, because not only were they better behaved, but their English was better, so I was able to have more fluent conversations with them. We talked about sports and music and culturally based things, and they seemed to have a special interest on what life is like for kids our age in the United States and what we do for recreation. I tried to actually talk with the older students more and find out what life is like in that neighborhood and really immerse myself. Overall, this experience has just been unforgettable, but there's one specific day that I'll always remember. To preface this, you have to understand the background. Self-described by one of the teachers I work with, Laia, Minguell is in a deprived area and the students come from a difficult background. This is pretty evident from the surrounding area, as well as of the technology and the resources that the school has, which are very limited. I also got this sense from talking with the older students and learning about their backgrounds and just conversing with them. So one day, in February, with the second ESO, we were doing a writing exercise where the students write a sequence of events about their futures, and then they would present their writing and what their ambitions were. The exercise went on and all the students presented, and then it was Joe's turn. He was the type of kid who sat in the back with headphones on, every class on his phone, showing little to no ambition. And when he did contribute to class, it was almost always a joke and interrupted class. Joe said his ambitions were to continue in school until he was able to leave, skip Bachillerato, those extra 2 years, and become a waiter as soon as possible, which I thought were pretty limited dreams. Then it was Assad's turn. Assad and his family had emigrated here from Pakistan. He spoke about how he wanted to excel in English class, continue on to Bachillerato, and then university in the United States. He said he wanted to study to be a veterinarian and one day be a vet at a zoo. Since that class in February, I started to pay attention to Assad each class. And each week he was one of the only students who consistently finished his classwork and homework, contributed to class, and whose English actually would noticeably improve each week. It was around mid-March, and I found myself kind of in a pit. I was struggling with academics, some personal issues, and over losing a relative. I woke up for volunteering that week, and I looked out and saw it was a cloudy, overcast, rainy day. I was pretty upset and in a bad mood. My day went on like usual, and around 8:45, Assad walked in, soaking wet, but with a huge smile on his face, and whipped out his English homework, done to a T. It was only after I went home that day that I thought about Assad and what had happened. And I realized Assad had taught me more that day about myself than I taught him in my entire time volunteering at Minguell. Assad made me realize that no matter how bad a situation looks, there's always a reason to smile and to count your blessings rather than your downfalls. After that, I tried to apply that philosophy to my everyday life here in Barcelona, just going out, immersing myself and assimilating and doing as much as I possibly can while I'm here. The way my personal life and volunteering intertwined, I really never thought it would happen, but I'm incredibly happy it did because I feel I got the most out of my time here this semester. As that time here during the semester comes to a close and I only have about a week left, I reflect on it and my volunteering. I think about my experiences here and with the students of Julie and Minguell, and it's really quite shocking. I never thought I would love a city so much and feel so at home 3,000 miles away from where I'm actually home. The people I worked with made me feel like I was part of the Julie Minguell community. Teachers were phenomenal, and working with the kids just a few years younger than me and actually making a connection with them was the best part. This has easily been the best experience of my life. My personal growth has been so substantial during my time here, and I can see how I've changed. I feel like I came to Barcelona, a naive college student with a narrow-minded view of the world, but I'm leaving here as a mature adult.